Imagine carrying the weight of everything you've built, everything you've dreamed of, on your shoulders day after day, night after night. The restless hustle never stops. That constant grind, that relentless pressure, feels like chains wrapped tight around your soul. It's like being trapped inside your own success, a golden cage built from long hours, endless decisions, and sacrifices no one sees. There's no downtime, no real peace. Every call, every email, every crisis pulls you away further from the life you imagined when you first dared to create. It's exhausting. It's lonely. And deep down, you wonder, is this what freedom looks like? Or is it just a myth, a shiny lie whispered to you by a world that profits from your fatigue? Most founders know this too well. They wake up with that fire still burning, that hunger to change the game, but that fire can burn you out when it's left untamed. Freedom? That's a word that rings hollow when you're caught in a cycle of endless work with no clear way out. You built your dream from the ground up. You became the captain of your ship, steering it through storms and waves too wild for most to even understand. But now the very ship feels like a prison, and the waves never stop crashing. Here's the brutal truth nobody tells you in boardrooms or pitch meetings. Freedom, real freedom, doesn't come from working harder. It doesn't come from scaling faster or chasing the next big deal. It comes from letting go of the old ways, of the constant need to micromanage, of carrying all the burdens alone. It means building a fortress around your vision, made not just of money or power, but of trust, strategy, and resilience. A place where your goals are protected, because the system you built supports you instead of drains you. That's why family offices, an idea once just for the ultra-rich, almost mythical in their exclusivity, are becoming the lifeline for founders craving something deeper. Invite a different kind of power into your life, one that's silent but deadly effective. Not power over others, but power over your own time, energy, and future. Suddenly your wealth is no longer just numbers in a bank account, but a living, breathing network that frees you. That builds continuity through generations. That values your freedom as much as your fortune. Imagine your family office as your fortress, your quiet army working in the shadows so you can rise to higher heights. It's where your wealth, investments, personal goals, legacy, and vision all align into a single unstoppable force. No longer do you have to be everywhere at once. You don't have to sacrifice health or relationships to keep your empire alive. Because the right family office doesn't just manage your money. It safeguards your freedom. It brings order to chaos. It becomes the trusted partner you never had but always needed. Founders don't often see this as an option because no one told them that freedom doesn't mean walking away. It means stepping up, smartly, strategically, and building the right systems around you. Family offices can handle the noise, the distractions, the details that kill your energy. They build bridges to the future that you can trust, because here's the secret. True freedom doesn't happen in isolation. It happens in partnership, with those fiercely aligned to your values, your ambitions, and your vision. Look closer. What is that burning inside you? It's not just ambition. It's the refusal to live a borrowed life shaped by others' rules and expectations. It's the pain of seeing your time swallowed by things that don't matter, while the real you, the creator, the rebel, the visionary, gets buried beneath. You are craving something raw and real, the power to steer your destiny, to redefine your reality instead of reacting to it, to be sovereign, not just a cog in someone else's system. What if the family office you build becomes more than a wealth manager? What if it becomes a hub of radical liberation? A place where your rare talents connect with the few who truly understand what it takes to bend reality, not just live inside it. A place where the misaligned fragments of your life assemble into a clear picture. A picture where your wealth, your time, your sanity, and your legacy form a siege breaker tearing down the walls of limitation that have boxed you in. Forget what you've heard about family offices being only about tax strategies or estate planning. That's the surface noise, the norm. The real magic? It's in the network they create. Unchecked, unorthodox, fiercely loyal to your cause, not their bank's bottom line. It's about crafting long-term freedom where you don't have to sacrifice who you are or what you want just to stay afloat. It's about having the room to breathe, to create, to innovate without burning out. Yes, it's true that the old world designs systems to process you, to optimize and standardize. But a family office built right is a rebellion against that. It says, you are not just a founder, you are a force, wild, rare, and untamable. And it surrounds you with the tools, the people, and the strategies to prove it. It's where money serves your vision, not the other way around. So, how do you build this kind of sanctuary? Start by asking the hard questions no one wants to touch. Who do you really trust? Who sees your vision not just as a business, but as a movement? Who can handle your complexity without trying to change you? A family office worth your time doesn't simply track your investments. It learns your values, anticipates risks, aligns your financial moves with the pulse of your life and your mission. It plans for the storms so you can finally sleep at night. It frees your mind from the endless noise of micro decisions so you can focus on what only you can do, build the future. The founders who find this freedom through family offices are not the lucky ones. They are the ones who refuse to settle. The ones who understood that to reclaim time and sovereignty, they had to build an ecosystem, not just a portfolio. They gathered trusted allies around their vision, designed workflows that honored their individuality, and created mechanisms that didn't just protect wealth, but amplified freedom. At the core, it's a mindset shift, moving from chasing false freedoms offered by fragmented working hours, toxic hustle culture, and burnout, toward a radical, disciplined liberation. Founders who embrace this find themselves reclaiming not just time, but identity. They transform from lone captains driving through a storm into leaders of a coordinated fleet that moves with power, purpose, and precision. If this sounds like a secret code, a hidden pathway to a life many only dream of, that's because it is. Freedom through family offices is not about easy outs or shortcuts. It's about mastery over your time, trust, and legacy. It's about building an invisible architecture so strong that it withstands chaos, change, and challenge. And here's something to never forget. The world never made a space for the exceptional because it fears disruption. But the family office is that space, a place where rare brilliance isn't tamed, but unleashed, where alignment happens not through uniformity, but through fierce individuality united by shared vision. It's not about echo chambers of sameness, but bold synergy around difference. If freedom feels distant now, it's because old systems weren't built to support it. They rely on you bending, breaking, being worn down. But the rare few, the founders ready to break this cycle, can rewrite the rules. They understand freedom isn't granted, it's crafted. It's the product of ruthless clarity, selective trust, patient strategy, and the refusal to let the system define their limits. The revolution is quiet but profound. It doesn't shock the world with noise. It uplifts with precision. It doesn't demand conformity. It cultivates a network of the few, the misaligned who refuse to be broken down, the misunderstood who refuse to be invisible, the rare who refuse to be average. Together, in the architecture of a well-built family office, they find not only freedom, but power. A power so deep, so genuine, so personal, that nothing can take it away. So if there's a silent ache in your soul, if deep inside you're restless and hungry for something that goes beyond money, status, or convenience, listen closely. Freedom is within reach, not as a distant dream, but a living reality shaped by the choices you make today. Choices about who controls your time, who manages your legacy, and who stands with you when the world tries to pour cold water on your fire. Never settle for less than that. Your legacy is not just the business you built. It's the life you live free from the chains you forged yourself. It's the freedom to be more than a founder, a true creator of your own reality, your own rules, your own future. And family offices, the right ones, are precisely the weapon, the shield, and the sanctuary you need to claim that freedom now, forever.